the newest coach of the Las Vegas Aces. Newest coach of the Las Vegas Aces. Golden State Valkyries head coach, Natalie Nakase. Natalie Nakase. She is the law. She was the assistant coach for the Las Vegas Aces, rather. She's the Valkyries' new head coach. But she was the Las Vegas Aces assistant coach for the last 2 years, back in 2022 and 2023. She's worked in the NBA for the last 11 years with the Los Angeles Clippers organization. She's worked with the G League affiliation. So she knows what she's talking about. I thought she'd be going to the Chicago Sky. She is not. In fact, she is not going to the Chicago Sky. And this was her quote at the press conference today. I remember telling myself, I want to work for Golden State. I want to be a part of that. Fast forward 9 years, I'm sitting here in Golden State. I'm living proof when you work really, really hard and stay focused on your goals, big dreams do come true. Isn't that right, Jordan? Big dreams do
Yeah.
come true when you stay focused and work really, really hard. So,
Yeah, it's a great pickup as the inaugural coach. You know, she went to high school in California. She went to UCLA. Um, she actually, prior to being assistant coach for the Aces, she was actually an assistant coach for the Clippers. So
insane.
she's, you know, California, you know, born and bred, and I think it's going to be a great first hire. A lot of people are going to want to play for her. You know, San Francisco, Oakland, Los Angeles, huge, Asian community. So I think it's a great pickup.
Yeah, and then I think, okay, so Jordan, I'm working on a story. I'm working on a story now, and I'm gonna add Braden to the live because he wanna hop on the live.
Sure.
So I'm working on a story now with Kelsey Plum. So, hey, what's good, Braden? How you doing? So, we're working on a story saying this. So, Natalie Nakase, she's the newest head coach of the Golden State Valkyries. Kelsey Plum is a free agent. Kelsey Plum also just worked with Coach Nakase for the last 2 years.
Yeah, I
Kel-
won't be surprised that if Kelsey Plum goes to Golden State. I think that'd be like the best fit because Kelsey Plum is great at marketing, not only, and she's also a dagger too when she can be.
right. And then, in addition to that, she's also from the area. So, she's from California, right? So, she has ties to it. Now, this is the biggest kicker. Joe Lacob and Peter Gruber, two of the most aggressive owners in sports. They want to win. They want to win now. They declared at the press conference 5 years they will have a championship banner hung up for Golden State. The
That'll
easiest
be
way,
interesting.
yeah, it will be interesting because that means they're going to have to supersede a lot of teams. And the way that they're going to do that is by signing a lot of major free agents. In
Right.
addition to, one of the major free agents in this market would have to be Kelsey Plum. Next
You
year,
know who I? Oh,
Next year they got. I'll let you go in a minute. Next year they got several free agents on the list: Jackie Young, Asia Wilson, Chelsea Gray. I want to say Ariel Atkins. There are a lot of Talia Copper. There are a lot of
Yeah.
names. So I mean, hey, somebody's going to Golden State. They're gonna build that team, and they're gonna get a lot of free agents in that building. And they're not afraid to spend. What were you gonna say, Braden?
so I think another interesting pick up will be Diamond Miller. She was not utilized this year as people thought she would, and
She's
I
a
believe
great
she's a
player.
free agent too, isn't she?
She's a great player,
I don't.
Diamond Miller.
Yeah, I don't know if she'll be able to be kept in the expansion drafts. I say Golden State should rock with her too. So her, Diamond Miller. I say try for Natasha Howard. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't see Golden State being top five for like well not top five for the next 3 years. Like it won't surprise me if Golden State ends up last next year. I'm just saying
No,
that.
they're not gonna end up last.
Well, expansion teams usually start out pretty low in standings, you know, historically in every league all the time. So
But most expansion
I mean
teams don't.
exactly.
Most expansion teams don't get a first team All WNBA point guard in their first season. If they get Kelsey Plum, they're not going to be the last place team in the league. I can tell you that right now.
Oh, you have Enrique, who's a better version of Kelsey Plum. They were the last place team.
Yeah, but how many injury? Okay, so that's again. So if you're telling me it's
Even
Kelsey Plum
without
and
injury,
nobody else, but
even
it
without
won't be. It won't be
no,
Kelsey Plum and nobody else.
even without injuries, they were still last place because when you had Sati. Because when Sati was injured, I'm pretty sure the Wings weren't even below. They weren't even last anyways.
When Satu was injured, the Wings were no. Natasha Howard broke her foot to start the season.
Okay, that's one thing. Okay.
Yeah.
Even like when Satu was injured, I'm pretty sure the Wings weren't even last. You can't blame everything.
Satu didn't play most of the year. She played the last 15 games, and then they've been hurt most of the year. But yeah, as far as that, I mean, again, Coach Nkase. This is the last thing I wanted to say. This I thought she'd end up in Chicago, and I want to read this quote. I want to read this quote from the Chicago Sky. So I did think she was going to end up in Chicago. I feel like they missed out on a head coach, but I'm going to read this. So this is about Coach Weatherspoon, which brings up to our next topic. So I'm going to read this quote for a second. From the beginning, it was clear that Weatherspoon's inexperience would be a difficult hurdle to overcome. She had just 6 seasons of head coaching experience at the collegiate level. Her inability to keep the team schematically prepared was evidenced by her rotations and poor late game calls. Her failure to maximize rookie Camila Cardoso, the number 3 overall pick on offense, also came into question. According to league sources, Weatherspoon had lost the locker room because of a culture that catered to the needs of a few players. And then I'll let y'all. What are your thoughts on that? On those comments?
I mean, I can't argue with that. In terms of utilizing Cardoso is not really that confident in her shot anyways. So I don't know. Like, that's like a nay or say kind of thing like that. I get it with the locker room thing. I think what they're trying to hit at is it was more worried about keeping Kennedy Carter and Angel Reese, their 2 best players, happy than anything else. And I think what they want is to keep the team happy more than anything.
What are you gonna say, Jordan?
I mean, you can't really argue with like insider information, and the general manager had heard things along those lines as well. I mean, I mean, in terms of, well, I mean, I guess to get back to your point about Nakase taking over the head coaching job, she's had no head coaching experience either. So, I mean, would she have been a good replacement for this team in particular? Probably not, with all her ties and affiliations to California. But yeah, I mean, she didn't use Camila Cardoso well, even towards towards the end of the season, and yeah, I mean, I can't really argue with anything I'm reading in front of me.
All right, I'm gonna play. This is from the general manager of the Chicago Sky. This was his reaction to Teresa Weatherspoon. Well, not his reaction. His comments rather on Teresa Weatherspoon. So this is the Chicago Sky organization. We're gonna get the sound for everybody.
First, I want to say that I have a lot of respect for Spoon. We're very appreciative of the competitive teams or elite teams, the spirit she brought to us on the court every night. And look, as an organization, we just thought this had to make a change. First, I want to say,
as an organization, it was time to make a change, and they made a change. So, I mean, okay, we're gonna say if y'all had any other thoughts or comments on that.
I mean, I understand now where you're like, what did he say? Late play calling? Like that's the reason why Spoon was.
So it was. So okay, good question. I'll pull back the quote up. So I'll bring back the quote.
Exactly when you talk about like late play calling, there's only one game that really comes to mind with that. It's like a big game.
Well,
I think we all know which game we're talking
about. No, I don't know what you're talking. You gotta speak your piece. Speak your piece.
No, I think what he's talking about is the Aces game where they had Camila Cardoso. Didn't they have Camila Cardoso guard the inbound, which didn't make sense, and you had Asia have that shot? No, you gotta have Camila Cardoso. I think we all agree. Even Camila Cardoso was shaking her head with 3-2 when this was making that play call. That's like the game that comes to mind.
Okay.
Aces game, exactly.
Okay, so I got you. You said the Aces game. I got you. I'm gonna put the mic by Braden so you can kind of hear what we gotta say too. All right. Other than that, Jordan, if you had any other comments, but no, I mean, other than that, I mean, I hear you, but again, isn't that what's expected from a first-year head coach?
It's just crazy that you would feel like it's time to make a change after just 1 year, though. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's like you feel that it's time as an organization to make a change, but it's just been 1 year. And if you were going to give her such a short rope to begin with, why'd you even hire her in the first place? Correct. I don't know. That's just what first thoughts.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. If you had anything else to say, Braden, but yeah, that was the comments.
No, I get that. I think this guy's organization is just kind of in shambles right now. I mean, there really is no reason to bring a coach on for 1 year and then just to get rid of her. I mean, you can't do that much with it. And when you're with your 2 best players, you want to keep them happy the most because there's talks maybe Kennedy Carter doesn't want to play for Chicago anymore. when you get rid of like one of her only big supporters, it's not looking so good.
Right.
Even with Angel Reese, like Angel Reese was talking about how she was the only one that like really like had faith in her and brought her. And I believe that. I do believe that. So it's very interesting how it's going down. I think this was a very bad decision, even though like I don't think Teresa Roseburn is the best coach. I think she is going to be a coach that you can develop with more than anything else, and that's what this guy really needs right now more than anything.
Well, so I guess we're going to shift gears to another team up north. Speaking of Sky, but let's speaking of coaches rather. So another coach that I guess is either in the hot seat or expected to leave the hot seat would be Stephanie White. So apparently Annie Costabile, shout out to Annie, she will be a friend of the show. I'm gonna get her on this show, Jordan. Let's go, Braden. How you doing? But she mentioned that Stephanie White is not expected to come back to the Connecticut Sun next season. So in 2025, she will not be the head coach of the Connecticut Sun, but she will be highly sought out. And the question is, would the Chicago Sky be willing to spend the money to hire her? So that is the question that people are asking. So let me ask you, do you feel like that's fair or foul? Stephanie White obviously getting the can, getting the boot.
I mean, if it's her choice to leave, I mean, I'd understand that if she wanted to coach a different team. But I mean, she was literally just coach of the year last year, I think. So, and she got pretty much everything out of this team that she could have, I thought, without an excellent primary ball handler, with no dribble penetration. I mean, she took the Lynx to 5 games. You know what I'm saying? The Lynx who are in the finals and the Lynx who won the Commissioner's Cup. I mean, I think she did a really, really good job. Now, can the Sky? I mean, that depends if their owner or whatever wants to pay for a quality head coach. But I mean, we were talking about this last show. She's one of the top 4 head coaches in the league, don't you think?
I think so, but apparently not. So apparently Chrissy Sides is better, Braden. There you go. And Riverdale says she paid Brianna Jones too much. But yeah, Braden don't like Chrissy Sides. But Chrissy Sides got to be a better coach because she got a job.
Well, no. Okay, first I'm going to say this right now. Chrissy Sides is not going to be replaced by Stephanie White. That is a terrible choice, actually. And I'll tell you why.
Oh, that's good. I'm happy he brought that up. I'm happy he brought that up. Keep going. I'm happy he brought that up.
Let me cook real quick. I'm about to cook real good. So last year, Indiana, I think they were 10th in pace. This year with Caitlin Clark alone, they were 2nd. I don't remember the last time where Connecticut Sun were not last in pace. And that's true. The Sun play a very slow-paced game. You have to play on their level to be part of it. And with Indiana, Stephanie White is not a coach for Caitlin Clark because there's going to be slow pace. We see how Caitlin Clark does in slow pace in the half court. It does not work. So I'm gonna tell you right now, Stephanie White is not going to replace Indiana, especially with the new president. It's not going to work out. Stephanie White, I think.
Yeah, keep going. That's not what I was advocating, but that's funny they brought that up. Because what I was saying, that's funny that you say this. Because what I was saying is, would you not want her on your bench?
Stephanie White?
Yeah.
As like an assistant coach?
Yes.
She's already won an assistant coach with Indiana. She's not an assistant coach. She's a head coach. She'll find a head coaching job somewhere else, whether that's WNBA or college. Of course, you'd want her, but there's no reason for her.
Oh, of course. I mean, she's going to wait. She's going to sit there and wait. Jordan, you know what? She's going to sit there and wait until y'all start hating on Coach Sides too much and then slide right in.
No, I don't want Stephanie White, though. That's the thing. She's not a coach for the team that I want. She's a great coach. I mean, she took Connecticut to the semifinals, the finals, many times, and she already won a coach with Indiana. She's not a coach that would fit Caitlin Clark's needs. I don't even think Christy Sides is one either, but Stephanie White would be even worse.
So she's going to the Sparks. Tyrese, that would be a good one. Tyrese, that'd be good. Coach White to the Sparks, that'd be good.
I'm literally looking that up to see if there was any links to that. That'd be a great. I think that'd be a good fit.
That'd be a great fit. Coach White to the Sparks. I like that, Tyrese. That's a good idea.
There's 2 teams that I see. Oh, go ahead. My bad.
No, you good. You good. How you doing, Mike? Exactly. Sun is better on breakaways. So you can keep going.
So there's 2 teams where I see Stephanie White going, and that's if one of them does fire the head coach that's been talked about. I don't know if the Lynx coach is in the hot seat or not. Do you have anything to say about that? I just keep hearing rumors about that. The Wings
Cheryl
coach is on the
Reeves?
hot seat. Who?
Cheryl Reed?
No, the Wings.
Oh, Latricia Trammell. Is she in the hot seat? I don't know, but she got her job. Coach Trammell got a job. Yes, Coach Trammell got a job still.
I'm just saying, there's only two teams. I see the Sparks and I see the Wings as a coaching job for Stephanie White. Other than that, I don't really see Atlanta picking her up at all. In my opinion, I just don't. And I don't know. I just don't see any other coach like leaving after that.
Okay.
If they did go after Stephanie White, they would have the money to pay her.
Who?
The Wings.
Isn't the Wings like one of the most richest organizations? I thought
Yep.
like there was an article that said like
Exactly.
WNBA.
Yeah, they're number one.
Yeah, they have the money to pay her.
Yeah, they would go after her. They would. I mean, I don't know if they will, but I mean, I'm not saying that they should. This is not me advocating for that, but Coach White is a good coach, so if they manage to make that move, but most organizations aren't firing coaches unless they have somebody in the background, like they know who they're going to try and go after. So if you're Los Angeles, that'd be a great pickup for her.
Yep.
I mean, but then it's like,
I think that'll be good.
yeah, but then again, it's like, do you want? This goes back to why Golden State did something so amazing, because you get something new, right? You get a new voice, you get a new way of thinking, you get a new. You understand what I'm saying, Jordan? And like Braden, y'all understand what I'm saying? Like it's not like a coach that's been on another team. It's a brand new coach. You get me? So that's just my thinking. So maybe I'm crazy, but shout out to Coach White, because she'll land on her feet. She'll land on her feet.
No, she's a good coach. You can't deny that. She's a good coach.
Sparks and Dreams and Wings coach would be good. I'm gonna add Mike too. Sparks, yeah, Wings would be good too. Let me add y'all to that. All right. I guess let me see. Let me pull this up, y'all. Let's. Jordan, you ready to talk this 25 list? Or we have some.
I am. Do you have my list?
Yeah. I'll pull up your list. Let me see if I can.
All right, we got
Y'all see my list? YouTube. I'm gonna try and see if I can get this pulled up on the internet for everybody. Let me see if I can get my list pulled up too.
I didn't make any changes to my list, so this is. I know. I could pull up version 1.0, 2.0, 3.0. All I know is you love you some Ryan Howard, boy.
She's a good player.
Ryan Howard's good. Ryan Howard's really good.
There you go.
I love Ryan Howard too. She's on my she's on my list, just not as high as Jambari.
This is okay. So I got YouTube. I got Jordan's list pulled up. TikTok. I got my list. Let's talk about it. Number one, I got Asia Wilson. Jordan, I'm actually any way you want to go at it. Where we disagree is at number two.
So we got Asia Wilson out. So let's get that one out of the way.
Hold on. Before we do this, who is your pick for the WNBA Finals?
I've got New York in 5.
I got New York in 4.
I got New York in 5.
Who you got game 1?
I have New York in game 1.
I got New York in game 1.
I got Liberty too. I think it's a home game, so that's gonna play in a minute.
I hear you, Reese.
So before this, I actually rewatched all 4 games this year. I watched the finals of the Commissioner's Cup, and I mean, I guess we'll talk about all that stuff later. But dude, it's gonna be a very close series.
So I was talking to this
I'm
called
going to
Mike
be
last
different,
time.
and I'm going to go out on a limb, and I'm going to say Lynx in 4. I'm going to be like Tyrese too. I think the Lynx are going to steal either the game 1 or game 2, and I think they'll close it out in Minnesota.
That's interesting, though. I think out of any team that could beat the Lynx, I think New York has that best set, in my opinion.
I agree, because they're deep. They got a deep roster.
They are, and if Sabrina's playing like her old self, like she is, like she's playing like some playoff Sabrina, it's gonna go good. As long as she doesn't play like Vegas final Sabrina, it's probably gonna be making it.
So Sabrina, during the regular season in 4 games against the Lynx, she shot 18% from 3. Okay, she went 7 for 39, and I think that's going to be the X factor of the series. Can she just hit her threes? 7 for 39, dude.
Yeah. That's what percent is that? That's what? 17%?
That is 18%.
Yeah, 17, 18%. Yeah.
All right, let's do these lists. Let's take a look.
All right, how do you want to do this? Because we disagree at number 2.
Can you do a side by side?
I got Stewart. I wish I could. I don't know how to do it.
Okay. So I got Asia Wilson at number 1. We agree with that. We don't really have to get into that. And then I had Collier at number 2. You had Collier at 3. And
I got Stewart at 3 because she's gonna win Finals MVP.
I think 2 and 3 are pretty close, man. 2 and 3 are pretty close. I just feel like Collier's defense is so good, and she's involved in so many of the plays, and she's so good on defense that I give her the very slightest of edges over Breanna Stewart.
Somebody put Jones play. He picking Gray over CC.
That doesn't make any sense.
Stewie is number 2.
I got Collier at 2. It's a slight edge, but I think she's up and coming, and I think she's gonna push Stewie to 3.
All right, are we talking about like just from this season alone? Or
that's what I was getting ready to say because I'm like,
this is this season alone as of like today.
Well, I still got.
Like if it's talking about right now, B's the best player, just like right now.
But we're talking about going forward, right?
But who's had a better?
Season? We talking about all time or what?
I'm talking about right now, like today. Today.
Right now, best player.
Then it's Fee's 2.
Yeah, I got
behind Asia Wilson.
She's a close second to Asia, very close second.
Yeah, I got.
I don't know, man. I think especially how Asia played in the playoffs, he is the best player right now currently.
He is the best player in basketball.
Right now, currently, yeah, right now.
I don't know about that.
This is why I say you need to be drug tested. I don't know what you be saying. What are you saying? Why are you saying that?
There's nothing wrong with saying Asia had the best season, but Fee is the best player. There's nothing wrong with that.
Fee is the best player in basketball. Who else? Chat, help me out, chat. Fee is the best player in basketball. You gotta make this.
She's playing like the best player.
All right, make that case. Make that argument, please. Make that argument.
Are you kidding me? Look at how she's been playing in the playoffs versus Asia.
She averaged 40 her first round in the playoffs. She averaged 40, Brady, to your point.
Against Seattle, though. Seattle was
no, I'm talking about Fee. Fee averaged 40 her first round of the playoffs.
I know. Fee's been way better in the playoffs. And if you look at the statistics, even in the regular season, Fee's numbers weren't too far off. Asia had the best season, no doubt. But to say that Fee's not even close to being the best player or can't be in the argument, that's crazy. It's not Asia by a mile. You can say Asia's the best player, but it's not by a mile.
Let me ask you this: Would you have voted her for MVP? Who's your number 1 pick?
Yes, I already said I would have voted Asia MVP. I said she had the best season for sure.
Yes, I agree.
But if Fee played every game, I think it would have been a lot closer. That it wouldn't probably have been unanimous, in my opinion.
After watching the second round of the playoffs, it did get closer. The gap did close like a little bit. It did.
He's right there. Right now, if we're talking right now, it's not unanimous. Fee is right there with her. I say it's like 60-40, something like that. So, in my opinion. So, yeah, I think Fee's right there.
All right, I'll let y'all keep going. He said, nah, it's a gap. I feel you, Tyrese. After Bron, okay, yeah, I hear you.
Okay, so top 3 in some order are correct. In some order.
Yeah. So okay.
That's why I don't like this.
It's not worth enough arguing about. It's still close. I mean,
like if it's talking about like right now, I'm gonna put B. But if it's talking about the season, it's Asia, no doubt. Like B didn't even play every single game. I want to make that very clear, and that yet the statistics were still close.
No, they weren't.
No, they weren't. What are you talking about?
They weren't.
Are you talking about like what in per game defensive rating? Or are you talking about like in general?
I'm talking about most.
How many games did he miss?
I think it was like 6 or 7. I think 7.
It wasn't that close.
That's a good amount. I'm telling you, man. It was
6 games.
Closer than you guys do.
And
that's
Fee,
all right
I told Fee I probably would have voted for her, but you know.
I mean, 6 games.
Know that the players, though. I feel like that's just like giving for ourselves. Like, oh shit, I'm about to get a vote, and then like, nah, I'm voting for Asia.
No, but because at the time, it was
like
the gap. The gap had closed. The gap had closed.
If somebody says, "Yeah, I'd probably vote for you," I know. I tell them to shut up.
You kept her close. Look, so, but then again, this is what I'm saying. So, Braden, we just pulled up the stats between them. So, 34 games. So, she played 4 more games than Asia Wilson.
I'll be right back.
Asia Wilson, I heard you, Jordan. Asia Wilson, 27.
Oh, okay, 4 more games than Asia Wilson. I don't like that because Asia didn't play like the last couple games.
Asia Wilson
I
missed 2
really
games. So, it's 38 to 34.
38 to 34.
38 to 34.
See, that's relatively close in my mind. And I mean, when you have, here's the note. Like with B,
Hold on.
she's not like.
Hold on.
Let me make my case. Let me make my case.
Go ahead.
The game runs completely through Asia. With B, you still got Kayla McBride, Courtney Williams hitting mid ranges. Like with B, there's more versatile shooters. There is. With Asia, it's literally pass to Asia, score. All right, Tailsy Plum hit a 3-pointer every now and then. It is. That's how it is.
But let's look at it this angle. 27 points to 20 points. 12 rebounds to 9 rebounds. Right? Now, Fee has 3 assists to 2 assists. 2 steals. They both average 2 steals. One averages
So
0.1
you say,
more.
you say 12 rebounds and 9 rebounds. B is only 6'1".
That's not
I wanna
Asia's
make
fault. That's not Asia's fault.
I know it's not Asia's fault,
Okay.
but like I just don't like the rebounds here. And plus, yeah. Let's say that Asia led in rebounds. You can't. I hate the narrative that Asia also gets an MVP over because she led in rebounds. It would have been Angel Reese that would have led in rebounds.
But she did. She didn't. You know what I'm saying?
What in total
Well,
rebounds?
rebounds per game.
Per game.
Asia, or Reese still led. But
Well, I'm
I'm
talking about
talking
total.
about
I'm talking about total.
I'm talking about total.
Yeah.
I know. But
And again, so here it is. So again, Wilson averages more blocks. Wilson shoots better from the floor. Wilson shoots better from the free throw line. Wilson shoots better from the 3-point line. Wilson,
That's actually surprising me. That actually surprised me. The
right?
3-point line one
So,
did surprise me.
so again, there is levels to this. Yeah, I hear you.
Let's talk about but is it just all about the thing you look for? Or is it just style of play?
If it's style of play, I mean, if you prefer her style, that doesn't mean to make one better than the other.
I mean, I like B's game a lot more than Age's in my mind.
Okay.
I do.
That's cool. I mean, I'm good with that. Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that.
Stats don't say everything. Like stats don't say like.
Not
in the
Jordan.
2001,
Jordan. Now
probably
numbers
should've-
lying.
probably should've-
The numbers never lie, Coach. Numbers never lie.
Well, I mean, the thing is, I feel like Nafisa is such a dynamic player. Like offensively, she whereas I don't know, like I just like the way I feel like you can't really stop Nafisa Collier, and there's so many other options and release valves on that Minnesota offense. I feel like if Cheryl Reeves structured it where Nafisa had enough plays run through her to score 27 points a game, I feel like she could,
she could. She definitely could. But it's a more balanced attack. So, but you're right. She's not featured as much. She gets hers within the flow of the game.
And that's okay. Because it's, again, it's like y'all blaming Wilson for doing what Wilson been doing. So, Jordan, I can't do it side by side, but what I can do is I can switch back and forth between our list and between the lists.
Well, I took your list and kind of wrote it, here also. I mean, you can't see my screen, but number 4, I had Alyssa Thomas.
I got Clark at 4. I got Clark at 4. Clark Kent. I got Clark Kent.
So I had Clark at 5.
You got Alyssa Thomas or Clark? Who y'all got? Alyssa Thomas or Clark? Clark
at 4.
Anybody? So Jordan, make your case. Thomas over Clark.
If you needed to win a single game, like to save your life, you would pick Caitlin Clark over Alyssa Thomas. Everything that Alyssa Thomas brings, the toughness, the defense, the one-handed shot, the like the ability to rebound, pass, and I mean, you could dump it down into her, and she could get you a bucket if it comes down to it.
That's a good.
I know. I mean, I know Caitlin Clark's like incredible. I love Caitlin Clark. I put her at 5, so it's not like I think she's some bad player. I put her one spot below, but I think overall, like everything Thomas brings, I think it's a little bit more than Caitlin. She also beat Caitlin in the playoffs this year. So,
all right, hey, I'm not gonna push back. I like Alyssa Thomas. I ain't gonna push back too much. What are you gonna say, Braden?
No, like
And then
Caitlin Clark
Reese
has
and Iverson
single-handedly
Yako is
brought
10
games back. I'm telling you that right now. Like Alyssa Thomas, the only thing you can argue with her is her defense as being better than Clark. That's really the only thing you can argue. Like, you can't, like, even the turnovers argument doesn't work in.
No, she's a similar level playmaker as Caitlin.
Yeah.
No, Caitlin's better though.
Yeah, but not by a lot.
Yeah,
Not by a lot.
Not by a lot, but like even in turnovers, you can't argue for Nosa's favor because Nosa broke the. If Caitlin Clark wasn't in the league, she would have broken the turnover record too.
But Caitlin Clark is.
But it wouldn't have been in such a historical fashion. But listen to me. It's like saying like LeBron would have broke a turnover record in a regular season if Russell Westbrook didn't exist. But it's like, dog, we've seen.
No, it would have been James Harden. I'm pretty sure James Harden.
Harden is the same thing. It's like James Harden would have broke a turnover record in the season, but if Russell Westbrook wasn't there. But it's like, dog, we know Russell Westbrook is a turnover machine.
So
I mean, yeah, but he's still MVP. I mean, I don't know. You can't. I just feel like
I'm not denying that.
Aspect of the player.
So, yeah.
I'm not denying that.
Well, I mean, if we're talking about passing, then you do have to bring up turnovers. Yes,
and here's
How do you
the
feel
thing,
about that, Jordan? About this turnover?
I don't understand it if Caitlin was like
The turnovers?
kind of player.
I mean, it's a lot of turnovers, man.
Consistently.
But you know what's funny? It's like a lot of games where Caitlin Clark has high turnovers, they produce wins. They do.
Let me mute you right quick.
Thomas is not getting you 25 points, nearly 30 points a game at times either.
Iverson, hold on. Let me just get y'all takes because I just want. Okay, so for the record, we got Braden, Mike, Tyrese, myself on Clark, and then Iverson and Jordan are saying they're picking Thomas. I just want to make sure that's clear.
No, I'm not saying that. No.
So is anybody arguing for Thomas besides Jordan, or all of us agreeing with Clark?
No, I would say Clark too. Yeah.
So we got Clark at 4.
It's pretty close.
I don't think Clark.
So it's
You don't
So-
think
so-
so? Who would you put at 4 if you don't have Clark at 4, Iverson?
Wait, just to be sure, everybody got like Asia, Nafisa, and Stewie as the top 3.
Yes.
Yeah. Sabrina's Florida.
He got Sabrina at 4, Jordan. I got Sabrina at 12.
I have Sabrina at 8.
He has Sabrina at 8. He got Sabrina at 8. Jordan and I are far off. We got 8 to 12. I got her in the 8 to 12 range. Yeah.
That is like.
I mean, it gets interesting
You
after
got her at
5.
4. Yeah, I'm gonna repeat that. You have her at 4.
Yeah, but Sabrina's closer to 4 than she is like 8. Like, what are we doing here?
Okay.
I got Sabrina at 6. I think 6 is the perfect spot for her.
All right, let's talk about it then. Go ahead. Make your case for her at 4 then. She's better than Clark, is what you're saying.
Yes, I do think she's better than Clark.
And she's better than Alyssa Thomas?
Aren't in any statistical category whatsoever.
She's better than Clark and Alyssa Thomas.
Wait, in baseline stats, like, yeah, she's not going to beat Caitlin Clark, but she has nowhere near the amount of usage that Caitlin Clark has. But if she did, bro, she would have similar, if not like higher statistical categories in certain areas.
So are you saying if she was on the team like the Mystics, she'd be better than Clark? Like better statistics?
If both Caitlin and Sabrina were on the Mystics, they wouldn't be doing that much because the Mystics suck. But I'm saying like if they were both on similar level teams, Sabrina would have like a similar statistical output but having more impact.
So let let's all right. So I'm not gonna argue too much. I mean again, stats show Enrique is better than Sabrina.
No, and Enrique is like one of the. No, Enrique is one of the examples of
Sabrina.
I will pick Enrique over Sabrina too, and that's why I had her as my third bet. That's why I had her as my third highest guard. And as you like, oh, I'm hating. I'm not hating. I think there are 2 other guards that are better. I just think there are 2 other guards that are better.
This is the definition of gassing the hell out of a certain player, making them overrated.
Oh, Enrique is not overrated.
If Enrique is a top 10 player in the league, that is extremely overrated.
So Jordan, I was talking to you about this, Jordan. All right. Let me ask you a better question. Is she better than
Satu?
That's what I was about to ask you, Tyrese. Is Satu better than Enrique?
No.
Satu is better than Enrique.
Satu is better than Enrique.
So now I'm gonna ask you because that's what I was telling the Jordan with this list. So it goes back to what Braden and what Mike was saying. Now again, if we're talking about best player overall, yeah, I agree. Satu is better. But I'm like, if we're talking about by the season, Enrique obviously had a better season because she played most of the year. That's why. Okay, so I just want to make that clear. But that's why I have her at 8. That's why she's at. Okay.
I'm not against that. But here's the thing: if you're using that logic, there's no way then that like Enrique can be over Sabrina regardless because
her numbers are better than Sabrina's.
Because plus, again, I said Caitlyn was like the epitome of like having so much volume on her team and so much like usage. Arike takes it to a whole different level. And even then, Arike's inefficiency, just like damn
That's
near
kind of true too.
is like so bad. They're like, I don't think you understand. Like, I've seen shot charts, and like, keep in mind, blue is like significantly under league efficiency, and like, if you're like white, you're like league average efficiency. She's in blue and damn near every side of the court.
I'm not gonna lie, Arike and Ryan Howard might be the only players in the league that get hyped up for shooting 35%.
No, and you know what's the other thing too about Ryan Howard?
No, I can name a
That
few
was a
others
big
on this
factor.
list. I can name a few others
that's
on this list. I ain't gonna say
that's
too much.
that.
I got a few other names on this list.
Jambari, put your name by this list so everybody know it's yours, because I don't agree. These are my rankings.
Such an option, and she can't even play like.
There you go.
Like you're a number 2 playing like a number 1, and you're not doing that good at it.
Ryan does play defense. That's true. I don't think she's bad, but I don't know if Ryan would be in my top.
All right, let's move on. Let's move on. So let's move on to 5. So we got 4 and 5. Let's go to 6 through 10. So I put Copper, Arike, Ionescu, Jewel.
No, wait, Jambari, this is my list.
Go.
So I put Copper.
I'm sorry.
I put
Okay,
so let's do 6, 7, 8. 6, 7, 8.
Let's do 6, 7, 8.
I put Copper, Arike, and then Sabrina.
Read your 6 through 10, please.
Yo,
Bro.
we can't see your list.
All right.
We can't see your
All
list.
right, I got you. So I'm gonna read them. So 6 through 10. So I got it. So mine's is Jonquel at 6, Copper at 7, Arike at 8. Jordan has Copper at 6, Arike at 7, Ionescu at 8.
Wait, can I ask? Wait, no, like let's actually have this conversation. What is like I'm talking about like the Jordan dude. What does he see in Kalia Copper and Arike over Jonquel? What does he see in them?
What do I see in Kalia? I saw her Olympic performance. I see her ability to score. I feel like she just brings so much more. Huh?
Here, let me see if I can put you on the other mic. Keep going.
I can't really hear anyone other than maybe Braden and I think Iverson.
That's Iverson speaking. I'm gonna turn on my other mic.
Okay.
Get you on the other mic and see if you can hear him on this one. All right, go. Say what you gotta say, Jordan. Jordan, say what you gotta say. Iverson, can you hear him better now or no? Or
I feel like when Team USA needed a bucket, who did they go to for the last points of the Olympics? I feel like she's just an incredible player. Like offensively, she's a bucket. I mean, like where would you have Kalia Copper if not in the top 10?
yeah, good question.
Is she in the right area? Because just so you know, I didn't spend 8 hours on this list. You know,
Braden said 9 or 10.
I have
Jordan.
a problem with Copper in the top 10. I think she's a top 10 player.
Copper's 9 and 10, but I don't.
Yeah, exactly. She would be like in the back end of like 9 and 10.
She's so 9 and 10. They said.
I wouldn't put Copper above Sabrina though. I wouldn't.
He wouldn't put Copper above Sabrina. So hey, let me. I would. You know why? Who led the league in clutch time scoring this year?
Wait, why is your team even being in that many situations?
Again, because her team is not that good. That's why they finished 7th in the WNBA. That's why they finished 7th in the WNBA. But who finished number 1 in clutch time scoring?
Somebody who's a mid playmaker, somebody who can't defend at all.
But she's not. That's not. So you mad because she's a scorer and not a play? Like that's not. I appreciate her for what she is.
If I want you to be above somebody, I hope you have other redeemable traits outside of volatile scoring, which I've seen production where you could have like 30 and then 8 the next day.
Again, which one has the ring? She's already proven herself.
No, it's about this season. I don't care about what happened.
This season, she's been hooping.
Okay, let's not act like the Chicago Sky wasn't a stacked team though.
Sabrina don't play defense is important. Scores should also defend things. Sonny, I appreciate it. KG, I appreciate that. But yeah, she been hooping.
I'm not denying that. No, Kalia Copper is a deep.
Again, who do they? Thank you, Jordan. Who do they depend on in the Olympics? Like, y'all not gonna just sit there and take that away like we didn't just watch that, right?
And that was a
I'm not only talking
factor.
about the W.
I mean that was a factor in my rankings as well. Also, Sabrina, like first of all, Sabrina shoots like 30% from the field against the Lynx, so she's going into the finals with something to prove. And she also had poor stats against the Aces in the regular season as well. So level of competition really does matter.
It does. It does, and she's like the best in the world. So I disagree with that. I agree with NECA. Do y'all agree with NECA above Kalia?
Yes.
So they said they put NECA, but fine. If I'm not gonna push back too much on that, if y'all want to go on that, but that means they're in the same range. So if y'all want, so y'all put NECA above Kalia. All right, what about Arike? Is she 8 through 10?
Yeah,
No.
Okay, but is BG top 10?
No.
BG is not top 10, Braden?
I had her at 15.
Jordan has her at 15.
I mean, that's fine.
I put BG in 11 through 15 category.
That's
I
fine.
put BG at 13. I think 13 is perfect for Brittany Grant.
Somebody told me Cardoso was better.
Okay, bro. Okay.
Cardoso not on this list this year. Not this year.
No.
Not this year. All right, Jordan, what's the next three?
Brittany Grant deserves to be on that list. It's not that high.
What number are we on?
We're on 6, 7, and 8.
Yeah, so I had Copper, Arike, and Sabrina. 9 and 10, I had Jewel Lloyd and NECA. So really, for me personally, I think 6 through.
Hold on. I want to hear what
Do you
you
guys
say.
about the player? Okay, no.
Hold on. We'll get to that. We made this list best off of best player and best season. We didn't try to distinct from the two, but I want to hear what Jordan had to say. Finish what you were saying, and I want to hear what.
So for me, 6 through 14, I think 6 through 14, I could understand any sort of arrangement based on argument, but I mean, I had Jewel Lloyd at 9, NECA at 10, and Jambari. This is where we really differed because I had your list pulled up. I had Kelsey Mitchell at 11, and you had her at 21, I think.
Y'all got Kelsey Mitchell at top 15.
11?
Chelsea Mitchell at 11.
No, I think Boston's better.
Chelsea Mitchell.
No, I totally disagree. I totally disagree with Kelsey Mitchell being at 11.
Chelsea Mitchell not top 11. No.
No, we have Boston.
I don't think she's better than Plum.
Kelsey Mitchell. Okay, so they don't got at
I
top
think
11.
she's equivalent to Plum, but
How did she get past
right
Jackie Young?
by Plum.
Yeah, she's not better than Jackie Young either. Facts.
Jordan, there you go. You got a few. She jumped, leapfrogged a few names.
Kelsey Mitchell had a great year. This is as of like today. Like Kelsey
None of
Mitchell.
them, she didn't make all WNBA either. None of them did. All three of them.
Like the only argument you can make for Kelsey Mitchell being that high is that she was the second highest scorer in the post-Olympic break. But that's the only way they can argue
I
it.
promise you when I say
Exactly.
this,
Yeah, that's part of the argument.
games is genuinely the reason people believe in Kelsey like Mitchell. 15 games.
No, that's what I'm saying, bro. If you look at all season, she's like top 25, but definitely not 11. Like, we'll give her.
So y'all see, I put again. I had Satu at 11. I would have had her honestly higher, but again, she wasn't healthy.
Yeah.
If she'd have played more this season, Satu could be up there higher. But
Okay, for sure, because she could be as high as 5. Honestly, she could be as high as 5. Okay, so I got Sabrina after Satu, and then I have her as my third best guard in the WNBA, and then I have Jewel.
You don't have Sabrina.
I repeat it. I have Sabrina as my third best guard in the W. So behind Clark, behind Arike, I have Sabrina right there.
Oh my god, bro!
Come on, dude. Sabrina is the best. Okay, are you?
Sabrina is the best what? Sabrina's the best what?
What do
Are
you
you
see?
including?
I'm including the entire season.
No, she's not the best guard. But are you including playoffs?
Who's not the best guard?
Sabrina, she's not the best guard.
So is she the second best?
Yes.
Fine. I mean, if you're gonna compare the second best and the third, that's not like a huge. I'm not gonna push back too much. I'm gonna go. I will pick Arike.
No, Sabrina's really the best.
No
You know,
value on defense.
you know how people are gonna be. You know how people are gonna be.
Do you factor in Sabrina's performance against Vegas and like Minnesota this year? Because she didn't perform really well. I mean, up until that last playoff performance, I mean, I put her at 8, but I mean, does that affect your ranking at all?
For me, I mean, yeah.
Sabrina.
What?
I like 6.
No, she's not
6
6.
is a little
She's
high
not
to me.
6. No,
I mean, she was
Really?
a lock, but you know how people are.
No. She's definitely.
Think about it. Like a top 2
I'm
offensive
giving you
player.
the benefit of the doubt putting her at 6. If I wanted to, I could put her at 9.
No, like I'm saying, a top two offensive player and a mid-tier defender. Like that's literally the recipe for like one of the best players in the league.
I'm not gonna lie, Sabrina probably is like. I mean, she was in the MVP race at one point, bro.
No, and that's
Was she?
no, Tyrese.
Do you think? Do you think she was in the MVP race? I don't think she was. Though.
I don't think she was.
She was early season.
No, she was. Brianna Stewart finished second, y'all.
No, and Tyrese, you want to know what's a bad thing?
Perfect for Sabrina.
Tyrese, she had one down season in shooting, and it's like people forgot what the hell she was doing.
But you said we comparing it to this season, right?
No, that's what I'm saying.
Still shoot
I'm
like
saying
35
something like,
I think.
but something like a variance thing, where like we've seen before last season, where Sabrina was like a 45% 3-point shooter on similar volume, and now she's added more counters to her game. Like in a vacuum, she became a better player than last year, and last year she was already like a top 6 lock in the league.
But again, we've already seen that there have been other. Again, you hate PER, but again, Clark was number 5, Arike is number 10, Sabrina was number 15.
You keep using like box score metrics that.
No, it's not. That's not the only. You know that's not the only thing that I use.
No, I'm saying you're overvaluing those metrics in this because the thing is, a lot of those metrics depend so much on how much usage you can get on a team. And when a person has more, even though they're suffering, they could suffer their team more because of the fact they have more usage, or the team isn't that good. Like it's just gonna be.
Who has higher usage?
Listen,
Angel Reese. Does Angel Reese have higher usage than Sabrina?
Say it again.
Does Angel Reese have higher usage than Sabrina?
To an extent, in certain stretches.
I don't know.
Come on, hurry! We gotta hurry up and say no. The answer is no.
No. Yeah, come on.
Overall, no.
Okay, so because she doesn't, Angel Reese is 12th in PER and Sabrina's 15.
But again, that's a box score. Like that's a box score advanced stat, and somebody who's a high rebounder is gonna have a lot in that kind of like PER metric. Like when you're the number 1 rebounder in the league by far and away, especially in offensive rebounds, and like you have high volume in your jump shots or in your shooting in general, you're gonna get like a high value in that.
Jordan, what's the next 3?
I agree with that.
So we're on number.
No matter what, Sabrina's top 8. You can't argue anything.
Here, let him
top
finish.
8.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Sabrina at 12 is nasty.
No, because like forget that. Like what is Kalia Copper doing over Sabrina?
You can't argue her higher than 4th, but not lower than the 8.
So Jordan and I both agree Kalia Copper is better than Sabrina.
No.
So it's just
is. I mean, we watch all the games. Like she just.
And I've seen her play. She's a Finals MVP. Like I've already been there, done that.
So
with the next 3 numbers.
So the number 12, I put Jonquel Jones at number 12. You put her at 6.
Yeah.
And then 13, I had Kelsey Plum, and 14, I had Satu. I had Kelsey Plum at 13. You put Kelsey Plum at 14. I put Satu at 14. You put Satu at 11.
Yes. So we have the same names, just in a different order.
I mean, I think the big difference was Jonquel. I don't know, man. I feel like Jonquel is she's just like the third. I mean, I don't know. I just couldn't put her at 6 as high as you could, and I feel like she's asked to do a little bit less than the people I put above her. So
all of her
she's on a super team, really. So
all of her numbers, MVP, like every metric suggests that she's up there. I'm including MVP voting. So like she is, and that's why it's really that New York team is loaded. You know, they're loaded.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like, again.
John Quell's got to be up there.
Yeah, but I mean, like,
and Mike says it. She's the best center in the league. So the best center in the league can't be at number 12.
Her under like anything lower than 9 is crazy.
Yeah, Mike said she's the best center in the league. So how can you have the best center in the league?
To be fair, it's not a high bar, but still, like, yeah, it's a great.
Wait, what do y'all consider Asian power forward?
Yeah.
Asian power forward. She plays center because there's no center on there, but yeah.
Oh, so she's a center then.
No, she's a power forward. No, she's a power forward.
I think
we understand what you mean. We understand what you mean.
It's just front court, back court these days.
Yeah.
Yeah. You really know it's a forward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like when they were calling James Harden a point guard, even though he was a 2.
Some people call
Even though he did play point guard. Right. I'm not gonna.
Yeah, the ball in his hands 60%.
Yeah, I'm not gonna bash too much on that one. So yeah.
No, Harden the point guard, bro. Harden the point guard.
Yeah.
Where's Chris Paul then?
I don't think that they're from that era before James Harden started playing point guard. Yeah.
All right.
Harden didn't come into a point guard.
So
Kyrie's playing more than 2.
Okay.
Kyrie's a point guard that plays too, though. But what were you gonna say, Jordan? Yeah, let's move on to the
So
next
I
part.
had Kelsey Plum at 13. You had her at 14. That's right around where she should be, right?
Yeah.
I think that's a little high.
Kelsey Plum top 15. I got her. What number I got her? I got KP at number 16. 14. I got her
KP
at 14.
And I have her at 13.
No, 14 is fine.
I got her at 14. I got her at 14.
I wouldn't do it, but 14 is okay.
But if you want to do it, don't say it's fine. Jeez.
No,
So what number you putting her at?
I put her at 13.
I'm putting her at 18. I think 18. I think 18 is a valuable number.
Let's do this. So Clark, Copper, Enrique, Ionescu. If I hear a name that you don't think is better than Plum, say something. Lloyd. He got Kelsey Mitchell.
Stop right there.
Okay, so Jewel Lloyd, Kelsey Mitchell. You will put Plum over her.
Is it better than Plum or
Yeah, he trying to sneak in Jewel Lloyd, right?
No, I'm the reason why I'm saying that is because we both had Plum. I mean, we both had Lloyd like one spot or two spots above Plum.
Nah.
I think
Yeah.
I mean,
36%, bro.
So y'all switching Plum and Lloyd?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I'd move
So is
Lloyd
Kelsey Plum a top 10 player?
and Kelsey.
So
Lloyd at 14 or 15, and that's terrific.
so hey, Jordan asked, is Kelsey Plum a top 10 player?
No.
So that goes back to the point with this Jewel Lloyd
she's
thing.
not.
Jewel Lloyd is top 15.
Jewel Lloyd top 15. Lord.
I mean, there's got to be 10 people, like I mean, there's got to be people above her and underneath her. I think 13, 14, 15 is probably where she's got to end up.
Like in that.
Yeah.
I think
So-
15 is nice in my opinion.
So 14, I had Satu. You had Satu at 11.
Yeah.
And 15, I had Brittany Griner, and you had Brittany Griner at 9.
Yeah.
We were pretty far off on that one.
A little bit. I got pulled up the numbers between Lloyd. Again, it's the shooting metrics, but Lloyd has more steals, more blocks, more rebounds. She shoots more. She averages more points. Shoots better from the free throw line. Yeah. And as far as that with Satu, yeah, I'm putting her top 11. I got her 11. Absolutely got her 11.
She's really good. 11, 14, somewhere around there.
Played that much this year.
Hey, they don't like your list, Jordan. Let me pull this up.
Her lack of availability this year.
Let me pull this up. Thank you for that chat. Satu's good at 11. All right, let me pull that list up again. Here we go. So we got a comment on YouTube. Kalia Copper. He put shout out to who is this? Gigi. Kalia Copper and Enrique are not better than Sabrina. Also, Alyssa Thomas is not top 5. Kelsey Mitchell is not top 15. That is what this comment, Gigi. Appreciate you, Gigi. Gigi, they said you cooking. They say you cooking, Gigi. They say you was cooking.
Is that Ghost?
No, it's not Ghost. That's Gigi. Shout out to Gigi. Shout out to Ghost. Let's see.
Not a top 5 player.
Alyssa Thomas made first team all WNBA, so she's a top 5 player by that metric. So, yeah. I mean, like that's how. So okay. So if y'all didn't notice, my list is like this. I put the top 5 all WNBA MVP voting, and then I went to the second team all WNBA. Then I put obviously all the All Stars and Olympians. So if you're not an All Star, you're not an Olympian. It's gonna be hard to make this list. And then, absolutely. You can't tell me you're a top 24, top 25 player. You're not an All Star.
I mean, Derek can be better than some of these quote unquote Olympians. I'll tell you that.
I agree, but I don't. You gotta pick a name. Give me a name then.
Who's the best player that didn't make an All-Star team or the Olympic team?
That would be Kennedy Carter and Dejanay Carrington.
Oh yeah, well that's true. Well, they made my list, I think.
Yeah, Kennedy was top 25.
Kennedy. So again, so let's finish this list. So let's finish this list and let's see where we put. Let's see where we put Kennedy. Let's see where we put Kennedy Carter at.
So I had Kennedy Carter at 16, and you had her as unranked.
All right, he got. So these are okay. Hold up, Iverson. Hold up. These are some of the names that he got above her. He got Jackie Young, Skylar Diggins, Ryan Howard, De'Erica Hamby, Aaliyah Boston, Angel Reese, Dejanay Carrington.
Over? Kennedy Carter?
Yes.
No, I have her. I have Kennedy Carter over them.
Yes, Kennedy Carter. He has over them.
Over who? Wait, name him over Ryan Howard.
I'm gonna repeat it. I'm gonna repeat it again. So Kennedy Carter is at 16. Every name I mentioned is underneath Carter. So Jackie Young at 17, Skylar at 18, Ryan Howard at 19, De'Erica at 20, Ezzy at 21, Aaliyah at 22, Angel Reese at 23, Dejanay at 24, Courtney Williams 25.
What do y'all see in Skylar Diggins-Smith? Can somebody please?
No, I mean, I agree. I think Kenny Carter's better than Skylar Diggins.
So
I would move Skylar, but yeah.
No, but like,
The other ones,
like an undersized guard that can't really score with the best of them. And like
Skylar Diggins-Smith was 5th in assists in the WNBA, and she's top 10 or top 20 in defensive.
She sounds like Dejanay Jr. That's really what it sounds like.
No, but she can actually score and pass the ball.
She scores and passes.
Right. She's like arguably the second best player, third best player.
No, well, I mean, also can we also be honest about the Seattle Storm offense? Like, if she's leading that offense, that's like one of the worst playoff offenses like of the last 3 years.
That's fair. It is.
It's because they can't shoot the three though.
In what world is Gray and Carrington better than Kennedy? They put in what world is Alicia Gray better and Dejanay Carrington better than Kennedy Carter? You don't know ball, respectfully.
I could get Alicia Gray out of here.
Alicia Gray is not on this list.
Alicia Gray got to go.
He's 22.
I mean, like she's a good spot.
I put Alicia Gray
over Bonner and Carrington.
I put Alicia Gray over Bonner and Carrington. I put Alicia Gray over Bonner and Carrington, and that's 22.
You put Alicia Gray at 22, right?
I put her at 22.
Dude, I couldn't put Alicia. I couldn't do it, so I didn't put her on the list. I didn't put Bonner on the list. I watched a lot of Bonner in these playoffs and in the regular season, and I mean, it's almost time to
Gigi is saying number one is Stu. Gigi is saying number one is Stu.
Clears Alicia Gray. What?
Who clears?
No.
Who clears?
Maybe in history in the past, but not now.
The one that clears Alicia Gray.
I mean, like that's the thing. If she's in arguments with 37-year-old Juana Bonner, you lost.
Yeah, bro. Alicia
Gray
Gray not better than Kennedy Carter either. And honestly, is she better than Ezzy?
Like, I mean, no, she's a good spot up and a good attacker off the catch, but that's about it. Like,
Ezzy?
No, Alicia Gray.
I was going to say, Alicia Gray, you're overrating
Alicia Gray she would be my honorable mentions.
She's not better than Kennedy Carter. I'm sorry, and she's definitely not better than Dejanay. She's definitely not better than
Dejanay. She's not better than Dewana.
Like I don't like Dejanay Carrington, but she can ball out. She can. She deserves to be.
I have her on my top 25, so I'm good with that.
Okay, let's do this in order. So I had Kennedy Carter at 16. Jambari did not have Kennedy Carter on the list. Where should she
have her at 26? I would
26.
have her at 26.
Okay, so he has her at 26. Where would you rank Kennedy Carter?
That's what I'm saying. Kennedy Carter would be the last. Like she'd be 26.
Dude, she's
I will
23.
replace her with Alicia Gray.
So you'd put her at 22.
A good amount of these people on the list.
Yeah, I would just make it easy and say Alicia Gray. But there's
Caleb McBride 18? I just saw that. What?
Yeah, Caleb McBride's. So he doesn't like Caleb McBride. He don't like Caleb McBride, Jordan.
You don't like Caleb McBride?
No, he don't like.
I had her at 27.
He had her at 27. I got her at 18. Caleb McBride shot 40% from the 3-point line.
Yeah, and like
you're making this list, bro. You're making this list shooting 40%.
Yeah. All you guys need to make this list, man.
Regular season and playoffs. I want
because she had a stretch when he was out.
When she was leading the team. I know. That's what I'm saying. Gray is the only. What if X put Gray is the only one where I'm like, no way she's on this list. Damn, y'all hating Alicia Gray. Why y'all hating Alicia Gray like this? Why y'all hating Alicia Gray like this? My God.
Don't watch the playoffs, Jamari.
Listen, they ran into a buzzsaw. They got New York. Damn, y'all hating on Alicia. Oh my God.
I'm not even really valuing their playoff series because it was a clear mismatch. I'm just saying even from the regular season input, bro, dude, she's anchoring a bottom tier offense. Like she can't even lead them any farther. Dude, there were stretches where Tina Charles was doing better than her.
It's like when you.
That was a tough omission.
I don't know, man.
They just sent me an email about the draft lottery.
Not put her in top 25. It's not really hating.
But Tyrese, that's what you're that's what I'm talking about. You mentioned it right there. like one of the things about Alicia Gray is like she's a jump shot reliant player who more likely than not can have
She can flash.
And everybody, let me get y'all attention right quick, and I'll let y'all get back to it. Iverson, hold on. Y'all can think. I appreciate that, bro. I'm gonna just announce this right quick because they just sent the email to me seconds ago. WNBA Draft Lottery 2025. It will be broadcast November 17th, 5 p.m. on ESPN. 30-minute draft lottery. The Los Angeles Sparks, Dallas Wings, and Chicago Sky, as well as the Washington Mystics. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 teams that will be competing for the number 1 pick. The draft is scheduled to happen on April 14th, Monday. Jordan and I will be at that event. Get your schedules ready. So other than that, let me see if I can read a few more of these things. Lottery odds of
crazy.
Yeah, go for hurry up, quick.
Some loser on Twitter said she had a dream where Chicago Sky got Paige Beckers.
Hey, who knows?
Gonna happen no matter what.
And that's what I was getting ready to read. I was getting ready to read the lottery odds.
If the Sparks do not get the first overall pick, I might. Oh my God.
Let me read these lottery odds, and I'll let y'all get back to it. So lottery odds, it says they're based on 2 year, 2023 and 2024 for the team records. Dallas and Chicago each posted a combined record of 31 and 49 over the past 2 seasons. They each have 227 chances out of 1,000. So what that means is, number 1, the best chances to get the number 1 pick are either from Dallas or Chicago. Additionally, as a result of the February 2023 trade, Dallas has the right to swap first-round picks with Chicago, which it will exercise if Chicago's first-round pick is above Dallas's first-round pick after the drawing. Washington, who is at 33 and 47 over the past 2 seasons, they have the worst chances to the odds to win the top pick, and this is based off of a 14 ping pong balls in the draft or whatever. And I'll read the rest of the draft order for y'all quickly, and I'm done. So it's right now, quote unquote, it's Sparks, Wings, and I'll share this tab with y'all. So it's Sparks, Wings, Sky, Mystics, Valkyries, Washington, Mercury, Indiana at number 8, Seattle at number 9, Chicago at number 10, Minnesota at 11, and New York at 12.
Wait, Moro. Wait, can I ask? I thought Chicago had the draft swap rights, not Dallas.
Nope, Dallas.
No, that's from the WNBA. So I'm not. That's straight from the horse's mouth.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
And then I'm gonna read this comment, and I'll let y'all get back to it because Ezzy was 27 on my list. How do you define who's better and who's in your criteria? Because Ezzy doesn't have godly numbers, but she's anchoring an elite defense while Seattle is a mediocre offense. Okay, so great question. I thought of it like this because Ezzy is top 15 in most metrics, and it was really difficult for me to leave her off of this list because I thought about it like this.
Yeah.
Who are the top 3 players in the Seattle Storm? And my first 3 initial picks are, again, it's Skylar, not in this order, obviously, Jewel, and then it's NECA. So then again, you have to sprinkle in the fact that you have other players throughout the league. So it's like, if I have to also pick these other players, like that's one of the players I spoke to. So it pained me to not leave her on, but I have her at 27. And I think that obviously she could have had a stronger playoff. You know, she's a great player. So I'm not worried about her.
I mean, I put her at 27.
And she didn't make All-Star, like I told y'all. She didn't make All-Star. It's tough. It's gonna be tough to make this list, especially the way I'm judging. Let me get Iverson back up here. As these numbers are better than Dejanay, not gonna lie. And I'm not. If you put her at 25, I'm not gonna push back because I got Dejanay at 25. So
I think
I Dejanay at 24.
he had Ezzy. So Jordan got Ezzy at 24.
He's really good.
No,
Yeah.
I had Ezzy at 21 and I had Dejanay at 24. So that's
Yeah,
kind of right.
Dejanay at 24, yeah.
That's kind of where they are roughly, you know.
Yeah. They're. So okay, so let's go through 16 through 20. Let's do 16 through 20 because I hear the Angel Reese haters. So I have my 16 through 20. I got 15 at Ryan Howard, 16 is Jackie Young, 17 is Reese, 18 is McBride, 19 is Aaliyah Boston, 20 is Dearica Hamby, and then 21 at Kelsey Mitchell. And then y'all hating on Alicia Gray. Jordan has Carter, Young, Diggins Smith, Ryan Howard, Dearica. So we got the same names, except for he don't have Reese in his top 20. I got Reese in my top 20.
I'm cool with that. I'm sorry. Are we really gonna act like Angel Reese is better than Kennedy Carter? I'm sorry. Are we?
Yeah, Angel Reese is better than Kennedy Carter. I got Angel Reese better than Kennedy Carter.
I think Angel, she has more availability than Kennedy this year, and and she's a better defender. But that.
Oh wow.
I personally had Kennedy over Angel as a player this year.
Okay, so Gigi put that he has Ezzy in 9 to 12.
He's literally really good. It's just so good. I'm sorry.
We living in Bizarro world. Y'all seen Bizarro? That made me think about Superman. That made me think about Superman. Brick Barbie is better than Boston. Yeah, she is. She is better than Leah Boston. Kennedy Carter was the reason the Sky won games. Hey, that's not true. That's not what most metrics say. Most metrics say that Angel Reese was.
Sky won games. I'm
a stat nerd though. I am too. I am too. Hey, Gigi, you're in the right place. I am too.
Kennedy won her minutes too, like from her play this year. Like even statistically.
Hey, I wish Katie was here when he said it, because he's like, how can you tell me that she's better than Angel Reese and she came off the bench to start the season?
But that's also because
I would flip flop McBride and Hamby. I would switch those two numbers.
Kayla McBride. I was thinking that at one point. I was thinking that at one point.
On the bench wasn't because of her play. It was because they could it was because she was on our fourth team in 4 years or something.
I hear you.
So they couldn't really they didn't know they could trust her in the locker room and all that kind of stuff. It wasn't just about play because she's 100% better than Lindsay Allen as a starter.
They say stats don't show everything, Jordan. Stats don't. I'm sorry, but if you're shooting under 40% layups, you're not top 20, maybe top 25. Well, I mean, again, she made the All-Star team, so she's top 24. So I have her at 17. So I'm not gonna push back too much. So if you say she's top 24, that's not too far off. Jordan has her top 24. So
I have Angel Reese at 23.
Yeah, 23. So.
Yeah,
I have her 17. Again, I obviously y'all looking at the layups. I look at everything else outside of the layups in addition to the layups. So I hear what you're saying. It's like to blame.
I like Boston better than Reese, but that's a personal opinion, so I'm not going to argue too much about it. But
I would rather have Angel. I love Aaliyah Boston, but I would rather have Angel personality-wise, because I don't want my centers and power forwards to be nice. I want them to be aggressive.
That's right.
I want them to be aggressive, and I want them to be in your face, and I want them to snatch everything off the rim. So I want Angel Reese's mentality. I want her intangibles. I want her aggression. I want her ability to switch on the perimeter with multiple defenders, or have the ability to guard multiple. Her defense and her intangibles outweigh anything that I've seen in the last, especially in this draft class. It's not even a question. So yeah, I wouldn't even. No, it's not even a question for me, honestly. So yeah.
How do you measure intangibles?
You can't. That you can't. You gotta watch the game, because you can't. You gotta watch somebody like Melissa Smith quit. You gotta watch it. You gotta watch Ezzy quit when she playing against Angel. You just gotta watch these players quit. You gotta watch it to your McCown. You gotta watch them quit. You could go Tyrese, my fault, but you can't measure it. What were you gonna say, Tyrese? My fault.
I think Hamby is better than Angel.
I ain't gonna blame that.
And then move the rest of them back.
I ain't gonna blame that. That was the one I was struggling with too. I'm not gonna push you forward. What are you gonna say, Iverson?
They're all interchangeable. I feel like that 15 through 20, they're all because you can make a case that Hamby is 15. I feel like
you can make a case that Aaliyah Boston is. You can make a case that Aaliyah Boston's 15. You can make a case. Hamby should be a lot more on this list. But I'm not gonna put her up there because her team didn't win. But you can make a case for Aaliyah Boston to go up there as well. She could be top 15. I had her at 12, 15, and then I deleted my list because then I had I had to put. But she's up there. Kelsey Mitchell. Jordan has Kelsey Mitchell at 15. I got her at
Mitchell. I got her at 11, but I got
her at 21.
I got Aaliyah Boston at 22.
So you think Kelsey? Okay, better question. You don't think Aaliyah Boston or Kelsey Mitchell is a better player?
Aaliyah.
I got Aaliyah.
Yeah, I got Aaliyah. Yeah, I got Aaliyah.
It's less valuable than Caitlin, but even then, Aaliyah just provides more.
She provides more. But if Kelsey Mitchell didn't go in that heater, they wouldn't have been where they at.
But Tyrese, I'm telling you, that heater. So I swear to you, it's only been 15 games.
It has, but those 15 games are great. You did something.
Tyrese, so you got Mitchell. So you're agreeing with Jordan?
Great.
No, I think Boston does do more. I'm just saying that if Boston is probably a better all around player, but if Mitchell doesn't average 25 out the break for those 15 games, they don't look as good.
No, I 100% agree. 100% agree with that. I'm just saying, like, when it comes to, like, Kelsey Mitchell's, like, evaluation as a player, like,
What I'm saying
I just think it's disingenuous to use.
Overall, Boston is better, but I might give Kelsey the edge for this season.
X, let me read this one quote about X about Gigi. And X, I'll read your quote. Right now, Mitchell is better. So X agrees with you, Jordan. I think everybody else agrees that we're going with Aaliyah. But this one quote,
I just don't think really highly of Aaliyah Boston. I've seen her kind of drift off in a lot of games this year where she just kind of like disappeared, got outworked, got out hustled. Like, she doesn't demand the ball either. I just don't like any of these traits, you know? And I think she's soft. And I think a lot of people think that. So that's why she kind of fell kind of lower on my list. I mean, I still put her at 22. So to be the 22nd best player in a league of 12 teams, I mean, that means roughly you're on average like the second best player on a team or the third best player on a team. So, I mean, she's just, I personally wouldn't take Aaliyah Boston. I just think she's a little bit too soft and kind of gets lost in the sauce in a lot of games.
So Riverdance, but she's a finesse player. And then Gigi, and this was the comment I was going to read. Gigi he pushed back against Mike, Braden, and I want to say Iverson, who said that Kennedy was better. He put Angel, so he agrees with me. Angel's better. Angel's defense, rebounding are her underrated, and her passing impacts winning way more. Thank you. There goes that phrase. Impacts winning more than Kennedy Carter. Not a coincidence. The Sky are much better when.
I disagree.
Hold up. This is validated by data. It's not a coincidence. The Sky are a much better team when she's on the court. That's fact. And what were you gonna say, Iverson?
That's true.
It's the same thing with Kennedy. Like when
not
Kennedy's
like that.
off, the Sky's like offense just falls off the face of the earth.
Yeah, not like that though. Okay, so let's move. So moving down on this list, Jordan, who up next?
Okay, so at 2021, I had Ezzy, and you had her at what, 27 or something like that?
Yeah, 27. She'd be here.
Okay. 22, I had Aaliyah Boston. 23, I had Angel Reese. 24, I had Dejanay Carrington. And 25, this might just be recency bias because I watched all the Liberty Lynx games of this season, like a couple, within the last day. I put Courtney Williams at 25 because she just jumps off my screen, man. She's really good.
She is really good.
So she's a good player. Is she better than Alana Smith?
I would put that over Courtney Williams, son.
Wait, what did he say? Wait,
You
what?
picked Tasha Cloud over Courtney Williams.
Yeah, I think I would agree with that.
She's had a lot of valuable players where she doesn't get hurt in her head a lot.
Where would you guys put Courtney Williams?
I would have her in the 30 through 35.
Yeah, 30. So
Yeah, somewhere around there.
I guess. I think I might say Alana Smith is better than Courtney Williams.
I like Courtney Williams more. I think Courtney Williams is their best player. Yeah. But I hear why he's saying that because she plays better defense.
Yeah,
and she can score. I know why you're making an argument. I do.
Top 5 defender.
Yeah.
40 from 3.
Right. You know what I'm saying? He's making it. That's a really good case though. But Courtney is like the engine. That's the other part of it.
Would you rather have Courtney Williams? You chose Dejanay Carrington over Courtney Williams.
I would rather have Dejanay.
By a lot? Is it close?
No. I think she should have made the All-Star team. Yeah. So I feel like it's like Angel. She has the Angel impact where you have her defense and her intangibles again. They outweigh. I like you, Jordan. We talk about this. Those players that impact to winning. So you know me. I
could make that same argument for Cloud though. You see her guarding players 1 through 4, and she still gives you 7, almost 8 assists a game as well too.
Right. Yes.
Is he talking about Natasha Cloud?
She scores something like almost 30 points.
Don't think you're factoring how bad of a defender Mitchell is and how valuable she bleeds on that end while being a negative on the boards. Speaking of which, you can keep going. I'll let you keep going about Kelp. But yeah, it's just a lot. Oh, okay, good. Let's read this. This just came in. God is so good. News to announce. This came in from Kathy Engelbert. Engelbert. Yeah, I should be there, but I'm here with y'all. Can y'all see this on my Riverside? Let's make sure if y'all can see this. This is from the commissioner. They're changing the WNBA playoffs format. God is so good. I'm gonna play this for y'all.
Finally, before we get to your questions, we have some news to announce. Starting next year with the 2025 WNBA season, the WNBA Finals presented by YouTube TV will be a best-of-7 format, replacing the current best-of-5 format. The Finals will take on a 2-2-1-1-1 structure in which the team with the higher seed will host games 1, 2, 5, and 7, and its opponents will host games 3, 4, and 6. This will give our fans a championship series format that they are accustomed to seeing in other sports. Finally,
The Clark effect. They said they'll never not have a playoff game in Indiana again. I don't know what they were thinking. Hey, that's all that is right there.
Did she just say that's for the finals though?
It's for the finals, but they'll change. They're gonna start with the finals. They're changing it. They're not keeping that ever again.
Wait, is that now or
That's right. No. This is next year. This shouldn't be now. They already have the playoff schedule for now.
It's really interesting that they did the 2-2-1-1-1 because 2-2-1-1-1 means you travel 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, whereas the 2-3-2 is less traveling. So the WNBA must be rolling in it for them to do the 2-2-1-1-1 as opposed to the 2-3-2.
Yeah. So
All that extra travel money.
Yes, I'm excited now. Like we're gonna see the shifting of the W. If I could about Kelsey, because we're gonna watch the finals. Kelsey Mitchell, yes. So shout out to Kathy for making this change. There's gonna be a lot of different changes. Oh, regular season game will be 44. The regular season will be 44 games. The finals is a best of 7. The best of 3 round series is now changed. So they did change it. So the WNBA Board of Governors approved the following changes for next season. A best of 3 first round series will now be a 1-1-1 format so that every team is guaranteed a home game. So again, we calling that the Clark effect.
That's the definition of the Clark effect.
The Clark effect. Because that was stupid on so many levels that they didn't have a playoff game in Indiana. Like, are they trading the first round? Trafalgar, you got to tell me who you talking about. Are they? Yes, they're updating. Actually, I'll just put it here. I'm gonna put this tweet up here for y'all right now. I put the tweet up right now. I just retweeted it. But yes, they're changing the entire format of the W. So shout out to Scott for breaking that, and thank God. You see what happens when we're not at the finals, y'all. We behind. We got to get the news on Twitter. We see what happens when we're not on the finals. So here it is again. So best of 3 first round series will be a 1-1-1 format. Every team is guaranteed a home game. Best of 7 in the finals. Regular season 44 games. It's only a matter of time for the regular season's more. It's gonna be like 60 games. So hopefully that answers your question.
Very good. Thank you for breaking that and sharing it with us.
Yeah, man. We here for y'all. We here for y'all. This I wanted to share a few things because Mike, we were talking about the Indiana Fever. They're invested in keeping Kelsey Mitchell, and we're gonna end with these 2 topics. But they're invested in keeping Kelsey Mitchell. I'm trying to find this one quote from Kelly. There we go, Kelly Krauskopf. There we go. So this is what she had to say about Kelsey Mitchell. We wouldn't be here today without Mitchell, and this is what she called it.
Chapman was our
I'm gonna see if George, you can see that. You're good.
Yeah.
All right, let's play.
coach and GM. I went to see Kelsey play at USA Basketball in Santa Barbara at one of their workout camps, and I called Pokey and I said, "I'm watching our draft pick right now. I mean, she's going to be a star. This player. I mean, she's going to be a dynamic guard for us for years to come. So, we wouldn't be where we are today without Kelsey Mitchell. I mean, she's clearly a very foundational piece. She's got 7 years of being in and out of this building. She went through a lot. As we were preparing to be even better, as a better place to play, a new practice court, a new arena, all the remodels. I mean, Kelsey went through all of that, and she was a lot better. She never put her head down. She kept playing hard and did everything she could. So she's extremely important to the success of the future.
And we're gonna end it with that. So, I mean, what are your thoughts? I mean, I guess on that, they're invested on keeping Mitchell. They said we're better with you than without you.
She is very very valuable to their future as a trade asset. You know, her value's at an all-time high. This is the time to unload her. You know, I mean, thank you for your service, but it's have to see you go.
Yeah, I think she has a better. They have a better ceiling without her. I feel like.
Well, that's not what Kelly Krauskopf's saying. She's saying she's here. She's saying she wanted her on USA Basketball, and she's saying you ain't going nowhere.
Is that what she said? She all she was doing was like reminiscing about the past.
I think they're going to try to sign her. From the signals that I'm reading and trying to read between the lines, I think they're going to try to re-sign her.
Yeah, she's staying.
Yeah, Kelly. I don't think Kelly Krauskopf was saying that Kelsey Mitchell's not coming here. She says she's coming here. She's gonna stay.
Kelsey Mitchell is staying, man.
She's a foundational piece.
I guess to me that sounds just like a non-committal endorsement, So
if we don't keep Kelsey Mitchell, we'll get a great first-round pick out of her. We will.
That's what he said. That's Jordan's point.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing though. There's no matter what, Kelsey has more to lose and more to gain. I'm telling you, she does with the Indiana Fever. Because if she stays, she could get a ring. She could get a ring because she's like 29.
I don't know about next year. June Dahl said Kelsey is key keeper with Caitlin. Let me Jordan, if we got any closing thoughts, did we go through the list?
Let's go just to the toughest omissions. Just people that we left off the list that were pretty good. I mean.
We're at the Wings. The Wings are not going to want Kelsey Mitchell. Maybe the Aces. I never said the Fever winning next year.
All right, go. You can go.
Kelsey Mitchell's only what is he? She only
I mean, 29. I left off Brianna Jones. That was tough. I think that was a tough one for you too. I left off Kayla McBride. I had her at 27. I had Tiffany Hayes is really good. Tiffany Hayes might be like a opportunity thing. So I don't know, but she's definitely good.
I'm fine as an honorable mention.
I like Tiffany Hayes as an honorable mention. I do.
And Natasha Howard. Natasha Howard's good too.
Oh, come on, Terry.
Yeah,
dang, I told you to sit out. You listen to me. I'm out here defending Caitlin Clark Indiana more than anyone else.
I put Caitlin Clark, Ezzy Magbagor, Brianna Jones, Natasha Howard, Tiff Hayes. So.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, they'll just change the play. Yeah, we just talked about it, Reese. We just talked about it. We just talked about the playoff. Oh, so you just missed it. So yeah, so Braden, we just the commissioner just announced that they changed the playoff format for the. So I'll read the tweet again. So if you just came in, it's the best of the finals is going to a best of 7, 2-2, 2-2, 1-1. Right, so for the game, so it is going to be interesting. It's the Clark effect, and the game. They also changed the first round series. The first round series is now a 3-game series, 1-1-1 format. So 1 game home, 1 game away. Game 3.
That's perfect, actually. I love that. I do.
I mean, we all do. I don't understand why they wouldn't have had that already. But they making all of these changes. Listen, it's going to be. The next thing is, why would you make it a best out of 3? Just hurry up and put the 7 games. We know why. We know why.
Game 3. How does that work then?
Huh? Say it again.
Oh, that's next year. Yeah, yeah. You know what? I do really like that. I think that's gonna be perfect. I think it's gonna be. So wait, is it just for the finals though?
No, it's for the first round and it's for the playoffs. So they're changing the format.
I think the first round should have been at least a 5, and then it can go to 7.
I agree. No, they need to be. I think it just gonna be 7 across the board.
The first round being to 5, and then the playoffs being best of 7.
Yeah, I appreciate you, Reese, for that. But yeah, we talked about that.
Man,
and,
if the WNBA could get 7 games of Caitlin Clark, dude, that'd be their ultimate dream.
That's what I mean. Hello, I don't know what they're thinking. Hurry up! It's not just CC, but yeah, of course CC. No, it's not. It's not. But of course, CC.
It's like 80% CC. Though.
Right. So it's get this. Get it there. So.
What do you mean the whole season in a series format? What?
They should have played the whole season in a series. Yeah, you gotta tell me what that means. Yeah, tell me. But
I
yeah,
don't know if you're real or not, but you're really giving Caitlin Clark a really bad
like
rap
the
for it in
NBA.
terms of intelligence.
I don't know what you mean by that. But Jordan, if you want to say your closing thoughts, I think we go with ours, and then I'm gonna just go to TikTok. Actually, I'm gonna pause live because I'm gonna watch the game, and then I'll probably go.
I got the Liberty in 5. It's all gonna come down, but I will say that it's probably gonna come down to 3 X factors. Bridget Carlson for the Lynx, Sabrina's 3-point shot, and Phoebus didn't start any of those games.
No.
Any of the she didn't start any of the 4 games they played this year. So
Jordan, let me ask you a quick question.
So she's
Phoebus or Angel Reese?
Angel Reese.
Hey, Phoebus didn't even make his top 25, Braden.
Okay,
He didn't even make his top 30.
No. I wouldn't have made my top 25 either.
So what are we? All right, go. Keep going, Jordan. Keep going.
Dude, Phoebus, bro, I was the first person on this podcast. Dude, I was the first person on this podcast talking about Phoebus 4 months ago when we were previewing the Olympics. I said Germany's gonna be super dangerous because they have this girl, Phoebus. Dude, I was the first person to talk about Phoebus before anybody.
I was noticing Phoebus like late of end of season, like damn, this girl can really ball out, and she's pretty cute too. Like that's the thing, you know.
I mean,
I'm a journalist. I ain't saying.
Dude, that's
a
yeah. Well,
no, you can't. Not on my channel. you won't. Yeah, I'm not getting mad at you for that, but yeah, we ain't doing all that. But yeah, keep going,
but yeah, like Phoebus offers a different dimension for New York. You know, I mean, the Lynx haven't seen her as the starter, so and Vandersloot, if she could just contribute a little bit off the bench, I think they're gonna take this, but I think it'll be in 5 though, and it's gonna be a close series.
I got it at 4. I mean, I got New York in 4. Go. Hey, go New York, go. Let me put. Other than that, I guess my closing thoughts are Lynx in. Liberty in 4. Other than YouTube, Jordan's been real. Appreciate y'all. TikTok, we're gonna live stream after the game. Talk about it.
All right, take care.
Deuces.